appreciate you being on the show. We're welcoming Carlos Galli Lucha Libre Wrestling in Chicago. Amazing shows. They have, shows almost twice or three times a month sometimes. A really good event. And, what we're talking about today is the Saturday show, which is Galli Tribute to Discovery. It's going to be an amazing show. So check it out. We've been promoting it on our podcast and as well, because it's going to be a tribute to Discovery, who is a former trainer of Lucha, Galli.
Right,
Yeah.
he's considered the top trainer in Lucha in Chicago for the last, I want to say 20 years. He's our main trainer for I want to say 6 years. He was the main Galli trainer, and I mean, to this day, a lot of the style you see in the training is like comes out of what he did. Unfortunately, he passed away. It was going to be a year on the May 15th. Our show on the 16th was in Rockford, but we wanted to have the tribute at home, so we figured we'd do it this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And is the Rockford thing, is that something new that you're doing, going there?
Well, to be honest with you, it's our first like actual like regular show in over 10 years in Rockford.
Oh, okay.
We were there 2 years ago with the Tamale Fest, but that's a festival. That wasn't our show. We were supposed to start doing a monthly Rockford show in 2020.
Oh,
okay.
But
everybody knows what happened in 2020. So,
right.
This could be the start of a new venue for us. I mean, recently we went back to the Eagles Club after more than 4 years, and this will be the third month we're there, and it's been great. We're trying to figure out whether we should stay at home like we were doing and running every week, and people will come, or do we bring the show to the people at different towns? So we're like in the figuring it out phase right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you definitely have a lot of markets, throughout the city and in the suburbs. Ever thought about going by Cicero?
Well, Berwyn, Cicero, I consider it the same.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but back in the day, we ran a little bit of a run in Cicero every month.
Okay.
But as independent companies know, running at Cicero Stadium is not very profitable unless you're running big shows. Definitely. And even though that's a big risk. But like I said, I mean, we're back at the Eagles Club. We hadn't been there in 4 years. A lot of people don't know because I got a little bit of slack for going back to the Eagles Club. But we were the first Lucha company to ever run at the Eagles Club. AEW was always there. But the first other company other than AEW, the first, what do you call it, Lucha Libre, Hispanic company, whatever you want to call it, to actually go to the Eagles Club was us in 2008. So anybody who wants to complain about us going to the Eagles Club, you know what? We opened the doors to Lucha Libre and the Eagles Club.
Definitely, and we've had a lot of great ones have come through there as well. And you're going to have them at your anniversary show, the 14th.
Oh yeah, the anniversary show's coming up. We actually have a show the 21st, the Friday before. It's going to be called Camino a Galiversario, on road to Galiversary. For that one show, Tauros will be here. Dragon Bane, Hijo de Canis Lupus, and Huracan Ramirez Jr. will be here on the 21st. And then we have the big show on the 23rd with Mil Muertes, Tauros, Huracan Ramirez Jr., Ricky Marvin, Gino Medina, Hijo de Canis Lupus, and Dragon Bane, all from out of town, with including with all the Galli favorites, Gringo, Loco, Atomico Jr. I mean, if I leave anybody out, I bet they can complain later. There's too many guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss it. I mean, I think we've stepped up our game. The pandemic helped us step up our game. Our production has gone up in value. Just the whole setup, the way the shows are going. I mean, I challenge anybody in Lucha Libre to do what we're doing right now. And I said it, Lucha Libre, right? I didn't say everybody because I know there's companies out there that can still kick our ass.
Of course, right. I mean, I think that you put on some great shows, and just talk about this week's card. Like, what should we be looking forward to? We got Bandolero. He's going to be in there with Alex Rico, one-on-one this time.
Well, I mean, if people have been following Galli, the whole thing is Bandolero's been getting his butt handed to him by La Sociedad Boricua, which is Ricky Cruz, Axel Rico, and Rico de la Vega. But unfortunately, with Ricky holding titles in 4 different companies, he's not going to be able to be here, even though he is a Discovery champion. One of our belts was named after Discovery. Right. And Bandolero's been looking for the rematch. It was supposed to happen at the tribute show. Unfortunately for Bandolero, Ricky had other commitments that I forgot about, to be honest with you. So what Ricky, he gave an ultimatum, take on Rico. If you can beat Rico, you got me on the 21st.
Okay.
So That should be a good match because Axel Rigo's looking to, he's really grown over the last year,
Yeah.
going from showing up to see if he even got a chance to main eventing at Galli. So my hat's out to that kid, and he's been getting booked like all over Chicago. Another, like I said, Laredo Kid's gonna be here for first time in Galli in over 4 years.
Yeah.
Great things happen. We had the opportunity to book him, and he wins the Rey de Reyes, which is one of the biggest tournaments in AAA of the year. He just won it on Sunday, so that's an extra push for him coming in. And people don't know some people don't know who Ricky Marvin is because he made his name more in Japan, but that guy was in Noah for 9-10 years. He was a Noah trainer. He's like one of the top trainers in Mexico right now. And if you haven't seen him work, he's amazing. But you're gonna love it. I mean, right now with the Golden Gods, as they like to call themselves, which is Gringo, Loco, Golden Dragon, against those guys, the match is gonna be off the hook. That's all I can tell you. I mean, the whole show, we got the guys from St. Louis, Orion Creed and Nick King. They've been really rising up in our tag ranks. We got the guys. I like to call names out because I get along with some companies, the CSW boys, which is Lee Metallic and Gino. They're coming in. We got guys coming up from all over just for this one show. People coming in because it's Discovery's tribute. His family's going to be there. We're going to have a little bit of a video segment remembering what he did. The one time he won the title, which was controversial back then. But we're going to try to make it the night of Discovery, put it that way.
Nice. Okay. Now, who are you going to have in the match, if you haven't announced it yet, between Atomico and Psycho J? Who are you going to have replace Rico?
Oh, that's still up in the air.
Okay.
We'll see if Chugo brings somebody in. We're still seeing. Everybody knows how much I love Atomico and I want to get his ass kicked. So, you never know who will pull out of my pocket to go after him.
Nice.
We got a little bit of personal thing right there with him.
Okay, I didn't know that actually.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, he's my partner in crime as far as the podcast and stuff, but we can't stand each other.
Oh.
I'm professional. I don't kick his ass because I'm a professional.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then
he's the Galli dinosaur.
Yeah, he's been doing it a long time, right?
Well, a lot of people don't know. Actually, Atomico started at an older age. He's kind of the Dallas Page of Lucha Libre.
Oh, nice.
He didn't start training until his 30s.
Was he into wrestling before? Like,
huh?
Do you have any?
He had no wrestling experience until his 30s.
Oh, wow.
He started coming to Galli as a fan. I always tell people, if you ever watch the old, we used to be on Azteca America, the old Azteca America tapes from Galli from 2008. Mm-hmm. Him and his whole family would be in the front row every show on the TV show.
Nice.
And out of the blue, one day he asked me if he could come in and train. He started training. Then the whole family got involved. I mean, his kids have been training since they were like, 10, 11 years old. Atomico Jr. has been training since he was 6.
Wow. That's
so the whole family is got involved. So I lost 7 front row seats.
Oh, okay.
I always joke about that with him. You cost me money by becoming a wrestler. That was 7 front row seats every show.
That's funny. Well, he's now part of the show, and hopefully he's drawing out many more than that.
Well, people love him. It's give or take. We have a love-hate relationship, but people love his whole. He used to be a stripper gimmick and whatever you want to call it, but it's an entertaining. One of the things I said about Galli, we don't just give you traditional lucha. We give you traditional lucha. We give you the new hybrid style. We got American matches. You're gonna see a whole package.
Yes, yeah, that's what I do appreciate Galli, is that you can find the power guys with the athletic guys. You know what I mean? I mean, they're all athletic, but you can get the high flyers, the lucha libre, and you got some power guys there too.
Right. Well, that's what I tell everybody. You get the whole package, and like I said, over the last year of the pandemic, got us together with LMD Media. Tico, who's doing our play-by-play, who's actually, a lot of people don't know, he's the guy who does our play-by-play is the voice of the Chicago Fire. So it's a TV voice. That makes a big difference. He brought his production along with his LMD Media. I mean, we're going to 5 cameras this show now. I mean, nobody's doing that. We're doing wireless cameras. The lighting. I want to thank the guys that do the lighting. I mean, I was telling that on our podcast today. I mean, people don't realize, like, we do put on a great show, but it starts all the way from the guys who show up to put up the chairs. You know,
Yeah,
if we don't have the team we have right now, we wouldn't be able to handle it.
for
You know,
sure.
and then the family supporting the whole project, that helps too.
Definitely, definitely. I mean,
And anybody who's in the
that's great.
business and has a wife knows it's not that easy.
Sure, of course, yeah. All those shows and all those days along, on the road and stuff. And then how do you feel about the match of Cody Jones and Torero versus Golden Star, your champion, the Galli champion? And
Well,
Paloma will be
Paloma turned on Cody. I don't know whether like you saw the video.
yes,
And everybody's been waiting her to get hers. But if Cody wins this match, this tag match, he finally gets his title shot that he feels he got ripped off on when the title went vacant. And I didn't know how the people were going to react for Cody turning face, but they're loving him.
right.
I mean, he was a heel in Galli, one of the top heels in Galli, I want to say, for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But that evolution of him going single and getting screwed out of the title and everything, I think worked in his favor, and the crowd is with him now.
Right. Former tag team champion too.
Right. He held I think him and Barry have the record for the longest reign as tag champions.
Okay. Well.
Shout out to Barry Wright. I haven't seen him since the pandemic, and he decided to take a long break from wrestling, but he's always got a home in Galli.
Uh-oh. Hey, you never know what that means.
Well,
hey, he might show up.
You never know when maybe. Well, I like to do those surprise shadows on our posters a lot. You never know when he might be that one.
That's true. That's true. One day. What about the Golden Star? Tell us about him as a champion.
Well, I mean, he was kind of more of a surprise. A lot of people don't know he held the Galli title years ago, but I stripped him of it for not showing up to a title defense. So he never got an opportunity. It had been 10 years since he got an opportunity to be undisputed champion. Say what you say about it, the way he won it or didn't win it, but he's been going with it. He's been taking on the challenges, and I think it helped him grow. Now I don't know. Now I think he feels like he doesn't want to lose it. So let's see what happens with that. A lot of people know Golden Star is one of the original Gallis. If I pull out the original Galli poster, you'll see two guys that are on the roster now: Golden Star and Gringo Loco.
Yeah.
From show 1. Yeah. So to see them on the poster on show 482, that's a big deal.
Definitely. And then I had to ask you, so at these shows when you put them together, what do you do if like a wrestler doesn't show up or has issues, making it to the event? Do you have
well, you know what? Over the years, I've gotten so used to it in so many shows, I don't lose sleep over it anymore. Right. And one of the things that we're lucky at Galli that a lot of people want to work for us, and usually there's always be someone in the back that wants that opportunity that you never know. I always tell the people the story of 450 Hammett, Mecha Wolf. At the time, my advisors or whatever I want to call you were against me bringing in American style wrestlers. I want to try it. Mecha Wolf made it a point to be at a Galli show one night, and by his luck and mine, one of the Lucha guys did not show up, so he decided to give him a look. And thanks to 450 Hammett or Mecha Wolf coming in, thanks to him, I think it was the next day or the next week, he asked me to come to another show, which was War at the time, I believe. It wasn't CSW, it was War. And that night, I met Mustafa Ali, I met Noriega, I met Marche Rocket, Eva Lise. It was a group of like 8 guys that I watched on this show and asked them to come to Galli, and they became part of Galli for the next 10 years. So that's why I'm saying you never know that one guy looking for an opportunity can bring you a star or a bunch of them. That's what basically Mecha Wolf did. He basically invited me to this one show after we met, and he became part of Galli for like the next 6 years along with the other guys. So there's always guys. The way I look at it, if you have the balls to come to a show and ask for an opportunity, it means you feel you're ready. So I'll give you the opportunity if I have it. I can't say I will every time. And it's burned me a few times where guys will tell me they're ready and they're not. But I think I'd rather give people the benefit of the doubt. So that's why I always tell guys, if you don't want to show up, there's always someone in the wing ready to jump in.
Right. Are you surprised?
And then that's one of the things that's how Galli became hybrid, because it originally was traditional Mexican lucha libre, and to be honest with you, I was getting bored of that type of show. Right. And when Mecha Wolf came in and then he introduced me to all these guys, like we started changing the show. not just with them. I think we had the story before where Bryce Benjamin started wrestling on the shows because he already had a school here, and then he started bringing in his students, and that's how Galli, like, I'm not gonna say overnight, within a period of 3 to 4 months, went from traditional Mexican wrestling to hybrid in a matter of 3 to 4 months because all these guys almost came in at the same time in 2008.
Right.
And that was because we had the door open to let people try out.
And you had the forbidden door before AEW and Impact did. You had the original forbidden door. You know, that's what they call the merger between AEW and Impact. They call that opening the forbidden door. Like Kenny Omega
I got
Impact title. So I'm saying you opened the forbidden door before they did.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want. I mean, everything in wrestling's been done or copied,
Sure.
but a lot of stuff we did, we ended up with. I mean, some of our ideas have gone out there. One of the guys always used to say, "Who do you talk to?" Because everything we talk about here ends up on TV. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's a coincidence. Things happen. I mean, we had a run where we were doing. Underground was technically NWO, but you know, back in the day, in 2008, people didn't watch NWO, and it was like it was a big deal. We called it underground, you know, but it was basically the same concept. But the Hispanic the community had not seen NWO, so to them it was a big deal. Like the people came to the shows and actually saw Underground was invading Galli, which was really an NWO spinoff.
True, that's interesting. What do you think of the match at Warrior Wrestling? I had to get your thought on that because they're doing the War of Attrition match, and then I have a Lucha Libre War of Attrition match.
Oh, all the Lucha guys in there?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess they're crowning the first Lucha champion and Warrior. You know, my hat's off to them. They put on huge shows. I don't think I could ever do that. I mean, if they're gonna go out and it's actually good if they have a Lucha championship. I mean, it guarantees there's gonna be a Lucha match every show.
Definitely. Well, I mean, the
and the guys
wants them every show, but unfortunately with the travel restrictions, he couldn't bring them.
Yeah.
This is a big return for the
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and the thing is that the guys that are going to be on that show, I mean, every one of them's wrestled at Galli before, and
Right.
there's some of the top guys right now.
Definitely.
Every one of them. And you know, like, shout out to Golden Dragon who finally got his opportunity to show. He's going to get his opportunity to finally show that he deserves to be right up there because he's been wrestling these guys at Galli for years, but nobody looks that way.
Right.
So now he gets to do it on another stage, which I'm proud of him.
Definitely. And
yeah, but I mean, every one of those guys can be a champion anywhere. You got Tauros, Aramis, Ares, Dragonbane, Hijo de Canis Lupus, Gringo, Loco, Golden Dragon, which, well, you know, most of those guys are going to be a Galli the next night, just so you know.
Okay. That's interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're in a working relationship with Warrior, just so you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I figured as such. That's why I brought it up. Do you have a prediction for that match?
Honestly, I don't. You know, it's a flip of a coin. With all the guys that are in there, I couldn't even guess who's going to take it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Ares, he's going to be part of that. That was the first time. I mean, was that weekend the first time you had him at Galli?
No, this has been here. I want to say it's the second or third time when he was here last. Yeah, no, he did a 3-way with Gino Medina and Gringo Loco, which was off the charts. I mean, it was really good. Actually, he popped out his knee that night and popped it back in during the match and kept going.
Wow.
That was, just from watching it hurt. Yeah, no, Addis is going to be a Galli regular. See, a lot of stuff we had planned for 2020, you know, everything went out the door. We had Rockford shows planned every month. A lot of people don't know Addis, Aramis, and Tauros were booked in Galli every month in 2020. But that fell apart. Dragonbane was going to be part of the roster the whole year. Right. So that's the stuff we're in. But I mean, we built a really good relationship with a lot of the Mexico guys, like I said before. And the fact that Warriors working with them and AEW is working with the same guys we are has really helped turn it into a working relationship.
Yeah, for sure. And what's your thoughts on AEW? They've been doing some shows out of Galli. Speak more about their promotion, you know, and they're running some of the show. They ran a couple of shows at the Galli Arena.
Well, we got a little bit of a working relationship. We kind of started working with them back in I want to say 2019 or 18, because they started the same. Like I told you, we started working with some of the same people. They wanted me to Muertes. I had them here that weekend. That turned into a working relationship. Then That's when Phoenix and Benta were here almost every month, and we were booking them. You know, a few of the guys. So that's how that developed. And then because we started working that way, they needed a place to run smaller shows, and our studio obviously is a smaller place, and it's got the setup. It's, you know, it's made to order, and it doesn't conflict with us because I mean they, even if they use some of the lucha guys we use, it's a different crowd. You know, you have different fans. It's not like us competing with another lucha company where we're going after the same fans.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And I've been to both events, and you know, I could tell the difference between the fans. And
Oh no, I mean you'll be lucky to see two fans from Galli at AEW or the other way around. I mean that's just the reality.
Yeah,
So it doesn't affect us anyway, and it helps cover costs here. So it's a win-win situation.
definitely. No,
I mean, and to be honest with you, I consider them the number one promotion in wrestling as far as what they do. I mean, I'm not putting anybody else down. A lot of guys have good shows, underground, freelance, they have great shows. But I mean, Danny's kind of been the benchmark for years. I mean, AEW. I mean, I didn't mean to name it by his name, but you know, the promotion itself. I mean, that's one of the first indie shows I went to. I didn't realize there was so much indie activity. I think I told you before until I went to AEW, and that's when I found out. And that's when, like I said, Michael took me to a war show. Then I found out there's like 30 promotions in Chicago.
It's crazy, isn't it? Huh? It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. And then what do you think of this stuff going on? And I gotta ask you, the boxing world about JakePaul. Is he the ultimate heel in combat sports right now, or what do you?
Well, you know what? My hat's off to those guys because they are training. You know, it's not like they're just getting out of the couch and going to fight.
Right.
But the reality of it is, whenever they face a real boxer, they're gonna get their ass kicked. I mean, I actually enjoy the stuff that's going on with the veterans, the Tyson, Roy Jones exhibitions, matches we couldn't see, because what people really got to realize, they're not gonna go out there and try to kill each other. But if you can still see the glimpse, like I saw Tyson versus Jones, you still see the old Tyson in there.
Yeah.
And you know that to me was nice. But this celebrity stuff, when them trying to fight real boxers. You know, just even, I mean, go back to what was it called? The WWE one. What was it called?
Brawl for all.
The Brawl for All. I mean, Bart Gunn almost got killed. And that was Butterbean, who was like not considered like a real top boxer. This was like, I mean, he was just, I mean, Butterbean, I think he was training, but he was one of the top guys. Now these guys are coming out and trying to fight like Paul, isn't he fighting Mayweather? I mean, come on. Yeah. You can say anything you want about Mayweather, but at one point he was the best in the world, you know, and it's like, and I'm pretty sure he stays in shape.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think that should be happening. Somebody's going to end up getting hurt.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Well, you know what? I have my hats off to him. There's two of them, right?
Yes.
The YouTuber guy?
The one who's fighting him is his brother, but JakePaul started the shit with Mayweather today. He grabbed.
Oh, okay.
So it was his brother.
The thing is, you can tell they're training because they're in shape.
Right.
But you know, it's one thing to be in shape and another thing to go fight somebody who's used to being 12 rounds.
Right. Exactly.
And I think they're using bigger gloves and stuff. But even then, I mean, it's just going to get dangerous.
I think so too.
Because you know, the other guy's trying to knock your head off.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends. If the way they're talking shit, if they really fight, it's going to be. Because I've done exhibitions. I did an exhibition with Jorge Paz, which was one of the top fighters in the 90s. But he legitimately told me, we're having a show. It's going to be a light sparring session. You know, there was no intention of hurting each other. But when you're charging $50 to watch a fight, you better be kicking each other's ass.
That's true, man. Well, someone said, oh, well, Mayweather, you know, he should get his hat stolen because he's been stealing people's money for years for boring fights. That's what his response was. That's what JakePaul's response was.
Oh, but the thing is, people will keep buying it. Like, you know how many Mayweather fights I bought hoping to get his ass kicked. So
yeah, definitely. Well, it was fun to talk to you about that subject.
Yeah.
And what can we expect on take too much more time? What can we expect at this show? Tribute to Discovery. Make sure to check it out.
Every match, all I can tell you, every match is going to be good that night. We just Jake Lander got confirmed today. If people haven't seen I think they call him the biggest little giant in wrestling.
Yeah.
They just confirmed he's going to be here. We wasn't sure he's going to make it, We got Takuri, the Peruvian guy from Atlanta, coming in for that show. Plus all the guys you already saw on the card. So I mean, every match is going to be exciting. You don't want to miss it. The tribute part, I think I think it's going to make a few of us cry, including me, because just naming them at the arena makes me choke up sometimes. A lot of people don't realize what a good relationship we had. We at the end we kind of had a little bit of falling out for reasons beyond wrestling, but deep down we were always buddies.
Hmm.
So, and I don't try to neg it because like a lot of people know, it's like, well, you hypocrite, you and him had a little bit. Yeah, we did have a little bit of falling out, but for 6 years we were together all the time,
Hmm.
and he was a big part of what happened in Galli and the evolution of Galli. And I think I don't know if you guys if you didn't see it, I'm probably share it. The WWE did a tribute to Discovery. I don't know if you saw the video where DJ Z and Mustafa Ali and Kalisto all thanked
Yeah.
Discovery for everything he did. So I mean that those three guys will tell you what he brought to the table. I mean those are just a few guys that like he touched. I mean he trained hundreds of people.
Definitely.
Not I mean and not all of them deserve to be say they were students because they didn't learn anything. But sometimes it's not the teacher; it's a student.
Right. Right.
Right.
I get you. But yeah, that's gonna be a great event. So everybody check it out. I don't know details. That's up for you to with far as
Yeah.
the tickets and stuff to plug. I mean, that's all. I don't know
I
what.
mean, all I can tell you is be there. The family's gonna be there. We
Yeah.
have a special. We're gonna do something special. It's supposed to be a surprise for the family and everything. I think everybody there is gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna see tears and cheers. That's all I can tell you. It's gonna be a great night.
Yeah, it will be.
And then if Bandolero beats Axel Rico, he finally gets Ricky Cruz on the 21st.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be an interesting match then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he might be at Galli Versario. He may walk in as a new Galli champion then.
And well, he's got they're going for the Discovery title. Everybody got to remember the undisputed champ is still Golden Star,
Right.
and Cody wants that one.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
Bandolero and Cody, they're kind of on the same side here.
They're on the same side, and a lot of people don't remember. We have a third title. The Gladiators title has been vacant for over a year and a half since Michael
Yeah.
Elgin retired.
True.
That's probably going to be put on the line. I'm thinking it's going to be anniversary night. It's supposed to be a ladder match right now. Ricky Cruz is in it. Atomico Jr., Espiritu Maya, Manny, Cortez, and I want to say Bandolero's in it too. So that means Bandolero's not going to let Ricky breathe no matter what.
No, not at all. That's gonna be an amazing match. Yeah. We can't wait to see it. And yeah, and again, thanks again for putting on such great events. Thanks again on behalf of the Wrestling Force podcast. And follow at Galli Wrestling on Instagram. Like the Facebook page as well. And any other social media you want to plug, go ahead.
Well, it's Galli Lucha almost on anything except for Instagram. I think that's the only one that's Galli Wrestling.
Right.
But everything else is Galli Lucha. You go to YouTube, Galli Lucha, Twitter, Galli Lucha, Facebook, even LinkedIn. I didn't remember I had that one, to be honest with you. But you can find us everywhere,
Sure.
You go to Roku, do the Lucha Libre in there. You'll find Galli now with some of our top shows are on Roku and Fire Stick. So
And I had to get your answer on one fan question. So Daniel Bryan, he opens the door to return to Mexico. He said he wants to go beyond WWE. And so his contract expired. Can you imagine Daniel Bryan versus Andrade, Kenny Omega for the AAA Mega Championship?
I would love to see that match. I think if Daniel Bryan went to Mexico and they let him be himself,
Right.
he would that would be an amazing match. And I'd love to see him there because one time when he was Bryan Danielson, I mentioned how good he was.
Mhm.
And some idiot luchador said he had no idea who he was, even though the Mexican legends knew who Bryan Danielson was. And I would love to see him in a AAA ring. Honestly, I don't want to see him in CMLL. I'm not a fan of CMLL, to be honest with you. I think they just want to get out of that old school, and I don't think they know what to do with him.
Right.
I think AAA would know what to do with him. Then that match you just called out, Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan, and Andrade would be amazing.
Yeah, especially and Andrade too, another great talent that has this opportunity since he left WWE as well.
Right. So, I think AAA is pulling the right strings. We got to see our buddy Sam Adonis in the main event the other day at AAA, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've always been more of a fan of AAA, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And their Triple Mania event, of course, would definitely be the one to host this match.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, as far as that's concerned, looking forward to seeing him over there.
For sure. Well, Carlos, again, it's been a pleasure catching up with you. Everybody, check out Tribute to Discovery, May 8th. You can order on pay-per-view if you can't be there in person at the Galli Studios, which is in.
No, actually, we're gonna live stream it free.
Okay, you're gonna live stream it free. Okay, because I know you did.
It'll be on the Facebook page. We might be switching to YouTube. Either way, we'll let people know because Facebook is just blocking everything with the copyright thing. So we might be doing that. You can't make it to the show, watch it on live stream.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you again, Carlos, again for having us, and look forward to more content from Galli Wrestling, Galli Lucha Libre, coming up next week. We got some.
All right, and I hope you come to the show, Sean.
Oh, I'll be there, man. I got some exclusive interviews to do. So.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks for having me on.
Anytime. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.